Infinite banking for Canadians. Well, what is it? I'm going to share a ton of info with you in this short video. Here we go. So when we set up the infinite banking concept, what we're doing is we're buying a maximum funded participating whole life policy. When we have the policy actually set up, what you're going to do is you're going to put the maximum amount of cash in there that the CRA lets you. And then when you need to use the money, what you're going to do is you're going to borrow against it instead of withdrawing it. What this allows you to do is it allows you to have compound growth forever inside your policy versus withdrawing money like you would in a bank account that stops your compounding. How does it work? Well, when you buy one of these participating policies, it comes with two parts to the account. One part is the regular life insurance that everybody understands. If you pass away, money pays to a beneficiary. The second part is the cash part of the account. And this is what we want to make as big as possible. And there's huge advantages to this cash account that are not available in any other type of financial instrument. First, it's a very safe and secure place to store your money. It's actually insured more than any money that's in your bank account. Second, you're invested in the insurance company's participating account. Only people who own these types of policies can access that account. The growth in these policies comes from a dividend that's paid by the insurance company. So today in 2020, the dividend on average is between 5 and 6.5% depending on the company you work with. These dividends are pretty safe and secure. The companies we work with have paid these dividends for more than 100 years. So that includes World Wars, Great Depressions, 2008 crash, paid a dividend every single year, never missed. Now, obviously, I'm not allowed to promise you what they're gonna do in the future, but if they ever didn't pay a dividend, they would have some serious problems. Because the cash in these policies is so safe and secure, you can leverage against it. And there's two ways to do this, depending on your needs. The first way is the simplest. You can actually borrow it directly from the insurance company. This is what's called a policy loan. There's no simpler way to get a loan than to get a policy loan from a whole life policy. Think about it. The insurance company's holding your cash, plus they've got life insurance on you. So if you ask for the money, they're gonna give it to you. The other way to do it is you can take your policy to a bank or other third-party lender and leverage against it. So usually what they'll do is they'll set up some sort of line of credit or a demand loan. Now, I'm not talking about walking into a bank and talking to a minimum wage teller who's not gonna have any idea what you're talking about. You need to talk to very specific people inside the bank who specialize in lending against insurance policies. Leveraging from a bank is a little different. So first, the minimums are much higher. They don't want to talk to you unless you're putting at least $100,000 a year into one of these policies. In fact, when we set up the lending with a bank, what they do is they underwrite you for a loan at $1 million first, and then they'll release it $100,000 a year for 10 years as you make your premium deposits, or whatever numbers you're working with. When you get the loan from the bank, you're going to have to go through their full financial underwriting, so you have to actually qualify for the loan. So it's a little tougher to borrow from the bank, but the big benefit is that usually the loan interest rate is much lower. And so right now we're dealing around prime plus a little bit. To recap, you open a participating whole life insurance policy with the right insurance company, and then you put the maximum amount of cash in that you're allowed. Then when you need to use the funds, you leverage against the cash value so that you can invest or buy or spend. So we have clients that are using this concept so that they can renovate their house, or so that they can invest in the market, or to actually start a whole brand new business. They funded their business by doing this. So what you're gonna do with yours is totally up to you, and we're here to guide and coach you through that process. So if the infinite banking concept is right for you, then get in touch. So email, phone, DM, we're happy to talk to you. See you next one.